I can lean in a second.
Alright, take it easy. Ugh. Can you believe all this Star Trek stuff is going on? Well, what's her name's over there? You mean the controls to everything?
Well, if you need me to lean in to get my face in there, I gotta be right here. Here I am.
Who told you that?
I gotta take a shower tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be exciting.
How come?
My hair looks weird. It does that thing where it's greasy, but it's also fraying like crazy. You also need to turn the volume down.
You look like a tribble.
Thank you.
Happy with that?
Yeah. We got no one here.
No, we can do a sound test as soon as someone shows up.
Me. You ready for the sound test?
We have to say it to somebody.
No, we gotta get warmed up.
Oh. Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Do one smart fellow, he felt smart.
One smart fellow, he felt smart.
No, faster.
One smart fellow, he felt smart. One fast fellow, he smelled smart.
You got it.
Thank you.
Carpenter's here.
Miss Carpenter,
Woo!
please let us know with this new setup if you can hear us.
She's asking if it's cold.
It's not. It's hotter than a panda bear's anus.
Oh, your iPad's catching up with your messages from 3 days ago.
That's tight.
It's tight. It is not cold. We have to have that fan on in there, otherwise it's sweaty.
Well, let's put that thing in the window.
Maybe.
Uh-oh. I know what maybe means.
It's just, I didn't have a great experience last time.
I don't remember.
And you're going to say it's different when it won't be different.
What's a different setup?
Well, I have a feeling. I don't know. So I got like a sixth sense about when it's a job that's going to go south. You know?
Why don't we watch a video?
We could.
See if we're smart enough.
We could.
I feel smart enough.
I don't know sometimes.
Well, you can just wait, and then I'll do it with what's her name.
I hear your head going around, and it's like a marble in there rattling around.
Oh.
Oh.
I hear yours. It's a dead hamster on a wheel that's not moving.
See? I like you went, oh, as in you haven't said something similar to that to me before.
Never. I wouldn't.
Yes, you have.
Couldn't. Wouldn't.
That's the only message we got so far is it cold there? So hopefully she can hear us. That's the dream.
What badge is that? That's next gen you have?
It's whatever one you gave me. You got me this.
Yeah, I think that's next gen. Because I think Voyager had some lines.
It was supposed to go with my DS9 costume.
My uniform is painted on. Yours looks like it's fitting correctly.
Yeah.
What, you squeezed in there like a sausage?
I just got my little baby hands. I'm the doctor.
You can always roll it.
No, I'll be fine.
The surgeons roll up their sleeves to save people's lives, right?
No, they wear that bright red surgery suit.
Oh, yeah.
On DS9.
That's nice.
You
should see if you can get one. Guess what outfit they had?
What outfit?
Kirk's in the motion picture.
Ooh. Fancy.
The size 6X. I still couldn't fit into it.
Man. Don't like it.
And you can also wear Spock's outfit from Star Trek 5.
Yeah, I could.
They had that.
I don't know why I'd want to.
They're selling them cheap.
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
That, and I had a coffee.
Did you? It kind of seems like the opposite.
I was going to fall asleep in the chair, so I went and had a coffee.
Oh,
and then you came in, and I washed the coffee cup, remember?
No, I don't remember the coffee cup. I just remember you told me to go get changed, so.
Oh, yeah, when you came in out of uniform, yeah. You
Well, because I didn't know. How would I have known it was in there?
You're at a uniform, mister.
It's just, You walk around acting like I know the plan. I never know the plan.
Plan is always itself.
I just work here.
We'd have pictures if I could have found that thing. I guarantee you she took that and put it somewhere.
Probably. That's usually how her corbomite maneuver works.
We should definitely go take a picture, at least of us together while we're in the same room.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Okay.
We could always go stand in front of that panel again.
Okay.
Did you like how I had the L-car system from the G behind me?
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Took me a second. You used a bunch of nerd language, so I didn't understand.
That's what it is.
Yeah. All the bright computers and stuff. We're at 12:56. We're still a touch too early. See, this is why I always show up a few minutes late, because then, you know.
Oh, people are excited about Star Trek, right?
Yeah. Miss Carpenter says everybody must be sleeping.
Yeah. Well, and plus, you know, it's Star Trek.
Yeah.
A certain amount of people don't want to watch it, others not.
People get so excited about it, they don't want to come watch.
Do you know I actually got a comment on one of my Z videos?
Look at you.
How do you like that? I thought that thing was dormant.
Well, as long as it's up there, somebody's going to find it at some point.
And if anybody likes Betamax, Alpha Male, I acquired a Selectavision today.
Ooh. Oh, is that what deal you were doing?
Yep.
That's why you disappeared.
I paid nothing.
We watched like 4 or 5 Simpsons episodes.
I wanted to watch that first one, but I had to go.
Yeah, it's a shame. That was really good, too.
Well, I can roll it back. Don't worry.
We watched that. There was that one with Nelson and that other one.
Well, the movies I got, the girl told me, yeah, there was a fire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be very interesting to see which ones work.
And which ones don't.
Yep. One of them looks burnt.
Great.
I'm thinking about making them videos, and I'm thinking about, before I even set it up, I'll just show everybody, and then try a disc, and that'll be a video. And
well, there
aim
you go.
the camera at the TV.
There you go. Better be careful with that kind of maneuver.
I'll have no sound.
Yeah. Well, they've gotten you before.
I think if it's a constant stream, I think if you turn the camera away for a minute, and then put it back on, you can get away with it. Elephant Man, I got pretty far.
Well, you keep working on that.
Is this in the, you think that shows on there?
Well, we'll find out once the lag is done.
Sure does. How do you like that?
Just barely.
Good enough. The best we've ever had.
You better not move.
Oh, I won't.
Otherwise, that's going to fall. Look insane.
Do you want to give anybody a preview of our discussion of the Laserdisc Chapter 2? We still need to film one of those.
No.
Maybe we'll do that after this. We'll just put it in the can because this is going to be short.
Okay. I didn't like that movie. There's your video. Miss Carpenter says there's thunder over there.
You're kidding. It's a sunny day out here and it's hotter than hot.
Let me check what we got going on.
Although around here it could change on a dime.
Also, remind me, I need to give you an update on internship. There's been some discourse and I've gotten some new information.
Positive or negative?
Negative for the other person.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we're 74 and cloudy.
Oh, well, it was sunny and at least 90 when I was out there.
No, it was never 90 today, so.
Sure felt like it.
You're just insane.
Yeah.
Sunny, 72 here, thunder.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's Arkansas, man.
We got nothing.
That's Arkansas, man.
I feel ripped.
Oh, yeah? I'm thinking about washing those bees.
Now, Miss Carpenter, if we ever make it over there to do a live stream, you want us to wear the uniforms or just regular clothes?
She doesn't have a uniform. We don't want her to feel underdressed.
No, we'll be like the Starfleet crew coming to help. She'll be one of the villagers.
There you go.
I can look and go, Here's a blanket for you.
That's not very fun.
Ro did that. You don't
Not very
remember?
fun.
Well, you come up with a story.
No. I won't
I
actually.
wish I had my gun, I'd shoot you.
Thank you.
It's over there.
It's a very nice comment. Can you put that on my birthday card?
Yeah.
Wish I had my gun, I'd shoot you.
I pull a hole through the card in your head.
Miss Carpenter said that would be cool. So there you go.
Hmm?
All jazzed up.
Do we have
over
any
here.
tricorder props?
No.
Just do that. You pretend you have an invisible one and go.
Well, they have that hand one. I could just like.
Well, yeah, but you know that's the wand, right? It
No,
sends
it's like
information to the pad.
Yeah, I would just have that part in my pocket where nobody could see.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the pad says it's not good.
Yeah. Just use. I got a salt shaker that could double for that thing.
There you go.
We better get into this. So
Okay.
here we are, TOS, one of the first episodes, the corbomite maneuver, known for Ron Howard's brother, Clint Howard.
Yeah, you kept saying that to me, and I'm like, oh.
Well, I mean, he's the most famous. And this episode has a guy that we've never seen before, but's doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And you certainly know what that means.
Bad news.
Any new character that shows up, something's up.
This is the one I kept getting confused for the last one.
Yes.
Because you got these bland-looking guys, and they always throw fits.
Yeah, that's the problem with white people. They all look the same.
Yeah, just like you.
They're all boring.
Well, they're both throwing some kind of fit.
We're all too pale and too stale.
They're just having... They always gotta dislike the captain. Power hungry. This guy is kind of power hungry, but he was more mad at Spock.
All right, well, so let's talk about the episode. So this is what they call a bottle episode.
Yeah.
Except for the last 2 minutes, everything happens on the bridge. I don't even think they show the corridor or anything. It's all on the bridge.
Okay.
I think so. And what happens is they're driving their car and they go to some place that they see like a probe, and they can't get away from the probe no matter what way they turn or reverse or warp. This little thing follows them. So finally he goes, shoot it.
Yeah.
So they shoot it and it explodes, and they're like, all right, congratulations. Yeah. Well, then something bigger shows up.
Yeah, and then it's mad.
And it's pissed off. And they don't seem to be able to shoot that.
Yeah.
And the thing just sends over, it's a deep voice, and it just says something like, you destroyed our probe, you've got 5 minutes, and then we're going to destroy you. And then they start using juice, and like they lose control of the ship.
Well, Kirk originally was like, hey, that was an accident, we didn't know.
They weren't hearing it.
Yeah. They were like, nope, you destroyed our thing, we don't like you anymore.
And then at some point, Spock is able to get a picture inside the ship. And it's this guy here.
Alien dude.
And this makes the new character who's sitting in Chekhov's spot freak out.
Yeah.
And he, as they sit there and wait for their doom, and they can't figure out any way to get away from this thing.
That guy's feeling the pressure.
This guy comes unglued.
True.
And this is when McCoy comes on the bridge, and he gets the captain alone, and he says, hey, I think you promoted this guy too fast.
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He'll be fine.
I think he's fine.
He continues to spiral up until the point where the captain throws him off the bridge.
Yep.
Says, get out of here. Get out of here, kid. You stink.
Yep. True.
And then McCoy looks at him like,
told ya.
Told you, Jim.
Told you so.
Told you so. So everything they try diplomacy. Nothing works. At some point, that guy who freaked out comes back. He's collected himself, and he asks for permission to come back on the bridge.
Yeah, because he wants to do something.
And the captain lets him. And then you take it from there. You remember what happens?
So I don't know how exactly it happened, but don't they get like invited over to that ship?
That's at the end.
What happens,
so what happens
before
is,
then?
because they have no chance and no way out, Kirk says, well, I should let you know.
I remember. He starts bluffing.
Yes, plays poker.
He goes up there and he says he has a secret super weapon of some sort.
The
that,
the corbomite or something.
Yeah, and it's like, and you can't. He's like, I didn't scan it on your ship. Oh, it's undetectable. He just keeps.
Right. And what does corbomite do?
Corbomite is. Spock says it, right?
What? No, Spock doesn't. There's no such thing as corbomite. It's completely made up.
Oh, but didn't he start bluffing too?
He sort of bluffs because he's a Vulcan. Really. But the captain says every ship has one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you fire bounces off of us and sticks to you.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
That's basically his argument.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy keeps doing the countdown. He's like,
I don't believe you.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't believe. And so Kirk just keeps saying it. Okay, see you later.
See ya.
You're gonna be dead soon. We don't care.
Yep.
Finally, that guy breaks down.
He's like, okay.
Maybe you do. Mm-hmm. And
then he invites him over.
He invites him over.
Yep.
Kirk, I think it's McCoy, right?
I think it's Kirk, McCoy.
And then all of a sudden he goes, hey, new guy,
why don't you come with us? Yeah.
And then I was thinking, okay, he's dead.
Yeah. He doesn't die, though.
He does not.
He does not.
So they go over there, mm-hmm. And the first thing they see when they walk in is
little squirt.
This guy.
Oh, you're right.
And they see it's a puppet.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not moving or talking or anything.
Right. It's essentially the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, huh. And then something opens up, and here comes a 2-foot-tall pipsqueak.
Yeah, little squirt.
He's bald.
Mm-hmm. And it's obviously a little kid.
It is absolutely a little kid.
A little kid.
What do you think, 5 years old?
Yeah, something very small. And he's like lip syncing, and they have a voiceover on him.
Right. He's talking, and they replaced his voice with a like a diplomatic voice.
Or like a jauntier.
Hi, welcome to my ship.
And it's this little kid going.
And Kirk tries to talk to him and goes, yes, we can talk about that. But first, let's have some Tranya.
Yep. It's a drink.
Which looks like Tang.
Yeah. And he's like, oh.
So they all have their Tranya, but first Kirk looks at it like, is this poison? But then the little kid drinks some, so Kirk's like, all right, I'll drink up. And so basically what happens is they decide they're going to have a cultural exchange. Mm-hmm. And guess who's volunteered to stay behind?
The whole time that little kid was testing them.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that true?
Go ahead.
He was trying to test them to, I don't know if it was
see if they're violent.
Oh.
That was
well, they were.
Well, would they respond to diplomacy or try to destroy?
Yeah, I guess they tried pulling a verbal maneuver than a gun maneuver.
Right.
Okay.
And once they saw it was a kid, they're going to calm down anyways. But that's what he's got to know. So anyway, it's decided that one officer or whatever, one Starfleet,
stay behind.
Somebody, and he goes, "Hey, Johnson, you know anybody who'd want to volunteer for that?"
Yeah.
I sure would, sir.
We want you off the ship.
And then the episode ends very weirdly. Mm-hmm. He goes, come on, I'll show you the rest of the ship. But clearly it's a tiny little set, and they kind of walk back behind this lattice work, and they're just standing there. Mm-hmm. And then the episode, I think they had the camera on just a little too long.
They should have made a little cut.
Because they're all,
You think in the remastered one they cut it?
I know, we watched it. This is when Sulu says something weird. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what? Mm-hmm. And that was a piece of dialogue that they forgot to cut out from something they had in there. Mm. And in the newer ones, they cut that out.
I got you.
So they fixed that. But during this time, no one caught it or was willing to fix it.
Yeah. Crappy TV, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Here, just enjoy this.
Enjoy.
Be glad we even put this on Betamax, you fool.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
So, what do you think of the corbomite maneuver? Considering that this is very early on.
Still kind of boring.
Well, that's pacing.
No, the story was boring.
But that's the story we've always heard. It's essentially a Q story.
Yeah, but with no Q.
Right.
Q makes it fun.
But the little
Kid
was
doesn't make
cute.
it fun.
Well, he was menacing with the puppet. You didn't find that?
No. I thought it was a puppet.
So you don't like anything
No, I didn't say that.
in this episode. So tell me what you like.
I can say it's boring and
Well,
still
but is it
appreciate
boring because
watching
the
it.
story's boring, or is it because the
It's
60s
because the
pacing?
story's boring.
Okay. So
You
they
keep
couldn't have
trying
cut
to
that
say
down?
it's the 60s pacing. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
It was a boring episode.
Okay, so what is the reason it was boring? It just is, or because it was a bottle episode?
For the most part, they were just sitting there.
So you don't like bottle episodes?
Yeah, it was a bottle episode. Why can I find that boring?
You can.
I
I'm
can
just
still
trying to
watch
get-
it and
I'm trying
enjoy
to get
it.
to the reason.
I can still watch it and enjoy it and find it boring.
If we just got on here and goes, it sucked.
I didn't say
Goodbye.
it sucked.
Goodbye.
I said
Thank
it was
you.
boring. That is different than sucking.
Right, but you say boring and then say why.
Okay, that's why.
Okay, I found it interesting
Mm-hmm.
because I like the whole thing about an insurmountable foe and doing a perfectly Captain Kirk thing, which is figuring out a way to survive,
Mm-hmm.
bluffing at high stakes poker, and he wins. Then they show up and it turns out that thing's a puppet and it's a little tiny kid.
What happens if it wasn't a puppet, though?
Well, they still let him in.
They're gonna get blown up.
They were going to get blown up anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well roll the dice.
Yeah. Star Trek movies are never boring. I agree with that. I like the Star Trek movies.
Well, because they're designed not to be boring.
I like the movie. Just this episode was boring.
But that's why Star Trek 5 is the only one that feels like a Star Trek episode.
I like 5. That's my
Right.
fave.
And that's the most like Star Trek that movie is. All the other ones are there's a serious bad guy and there's a
Oh, I thought the
lot of
first one
shooting.
was straight from the episode.
yeah, but somehow worse.
No, I liked it.
I mean, they literally did nothing.
I
And
just
talk about a bottle episode.
didn't like how they kept spending so much time looking at the new ship. That was your
and-
favorite.
Oh, you're talking about the dry dock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much of that.
Well, there was also a lot of standing around.
Yeah.
And a lot of, that doesn't make sense. The Enterprise was the only ship at Earth,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even in a working condition.
You think too hard.
Guess so.
Yep.
I'm a genius.
And yet you don't think too hard about this.
I love to think hard about it.
Okay. That one has a 12 on it. Was that $12?
That's some kind of factory code.
Oh, well.
There it is. Can you see that? This wasn't a rental. Hey, look, it's not backwards either. So, what episode do you think is next? Because I have no idea.
I don't know. Do you want me to look it up?
You don't have. Well, I mean, the looking up is all out of order, right?
Yep. I could take a guess.
Whoever came up with this, how to put these tapes in order, I can't even guess. Because my understanding was the salt monster was the very first episode shown.
I
According
was
to these
under the
tapes, it says
impression.
no.
I hate this. Okay. So, I think we get a good chance of Charlie X being next. That's with the little squirt
Okay.
who has the magic powers.
Yeah, he's sort of a Q, too. There's a lot of Qs in here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the next one. This
Okay.
is a guess because, once again, they're all out of order.
Right.
Corbomite's number 10. And then we saw Where No Man Has Gone Before is 3.
And look at Man Trap. That's the salt monster.
Yeah.
So that is the order that I know.
Yeah, me too.
But according to the tapes,
But my guess... Or no. They said Mud's Women was next on the ending thing.
You're right. Look at that brain. You're right. It's Mud's Women.
Remembering.
So they must be production order.
Must be.
And somebody got confused. They
Mud's
looked at a
Women.
list and they saw production order and goes, oh, well, they must have shown them in order.
Miss Carpenter says it's raining now.
Do you think we're going to get it?
Probably. At some point.
Depends, I guess, where the storm is moving.
Yep.
All right, well, stay dry. Thank you for being here live, too. You're the only one.
Yep. Our number one fan.
And we're going to say goodbye and have a blessed Sunday.
All right. You ready for me?
Yep.
Get
That's
it?
all I have to say, except stay tuned for next week. Probably over
Mud's Women?
conference